intro ever. That was absolutely fantastic. Let's do a cheers to that.
What just happened right there?
I apparently knocked you over because you're appalled.
That was horrible. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
hey, happy Reality Kings, everyone.
Welcome. So,
what are we drinking right now?
We are drinking. Tell me what we're drinking.
Okay,
you
so
poured it for me.
Yes, this is King Bourbon from Brown Foreman's. This is a gift from our good friend Micah McGowan. What is this worth?
You tell me. I've got no idea. I'm just on a holiday.
Okay. Well,
for now,
it's worth nothing if you don't know. What's your guess?
$400 US.
Up.
1,000.
Up.
Tell me.
$2,600 is what this is worth.
Oh, it's just cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
I will say that. But fair play.
Holy moly, was that amazing?
It's very smooth. I'm not usually a Kentucky
bourbon guy,
bourbon kind of guy. I'm more of a vodka kind of gal, but that was delicious.
So this is number 41 of 74. King Bourbon. That's amazing.
Everyone, this is the prelude.
This is the prelude to Reality Kings.
I think this is the start of something that's going to turn spectacular,
international,
and glorious. International,
glorious.
It's gonna be international. Because
why wouldn't it be?
I might be coming to America, John.
Oh,
how do you feel about that?
Well, you've been living with me for the last 2 months.
Apart from my week in Malmo, Sweden.
Yes, apart from your week in Malmo, Sweden, you lived with me for 2 months. What do you think about America?
America's good. I like America.
You like Curbs and Gutters?
The Curbs and Gutters here in Danville are absolutely spectacular. But I've been advised that's because the casino put a lot of money into this local community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm not opposed to casinos. I've partaken at Caesars Virginia at Danville Casino.
Have you?
I have.
Are you up or down?
Down.
Okay, fair enough.
Not down to the extent of that whiskey bottle, but not up.
Hey, 2,600. If we could have pawned this, you could have gone to the casino tonight.
I know a pawnbroker.
I do. I know a pawnbroker too. He's over there around the corner. We have a producer here. It's so weird. All right, so let's talk Survivor 46. Do you mind?
Let's go for it.
All right. So
I've been here on the tour.
Yes, you've been on the tour. You've seen it. There's been a lot of not using of idols. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think you've got to sequence this in a few different kind of steps. I know it definitely needs a deep breath, Johnny. But I tell myself sometimes there's a time and a place.
Yes.
There's a time for playing your idol and a time for not playing your idol. When the and then I'm going to be blunt here. When the lack of the reading of the play from the remaining Survivor 46 cast is this bad, and I'm not going to mince my words, and I can be a bit more open than you because I'm not going to be on season 50 and a potential candidate like you, Johnny. But
oh wow, shots fired!
Like what we have before us in Survivor 46 is the worst Survivor American season ever made.
Oh,
and
45 was?
No, 46.
Oh, this is the worst.
This is the absolute worst. This is horrific.
I wasn't aware.
And Johnny loves Jeff Probst. He tells me every day.
He's right there beside you.
He's stunning. You love him.
I
pray to Jeff Probst Jesus every day.
I do not.
No, honestly.
Pray to Jeff Probst.
When you have the circumstances before you and you've got a weak cast, very weak characters, very uninteresting characters, game bots before you, like to have it happen 5 times in a row, that is not kind of like outstanding Survivor gameplay. And then from a TV perspective, yes, it's been interesting because the first 2 months of the show was like absolute dross. That's the only way you describe it.
It's horrible.
But it's just like for you not to be able to read the state of the game that badly, particularly Q, it's just like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing it happen. But as a past player and an audience member, I'm like, surely he's not that dumb that he's not going to play the idol.
Yeah. So we're
it's times 5.
We're supposed to respect these people, right?
Well, I just want to be. I want to be.
Well, no,
I want to be
no.
enthralled.
But here's the deal: as a fan, I'm supposed to respect these people, and they're not playing their idols. So I don't respect them if they don't respect. Like it's just like, just go for it.
Yeah, but it's just like this is.
Would you play your idol, George?
Yes,
always.
I have, and then like I've had two
Okay,
idols.
here. Okay.
There's one. There's the other. Do you want to touch it? Touch it.
There you go.
Touch it. $10.
$10. There you go. $10. Everyone watching right now owes $10. Venmo at Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah, because I don't have a Venmo yet, but I might be moving to America, so
Okay.
we'll work on that. But
who's to say?
Who's to say?
At Jonny Fairplay.
No, but like on a serious note, like the two times
on
I
a
had
serious
an idol,
note, at Jonny Fairplay, send your $10. If you touch that, if you put your finger to the screen,
if you're listening from Australia, my Osco BSB pay
no, no one has time for this. No one has time for this, George.
I just gave the first 4 digits of my mobile.
It's
but
okay.
It's just like you can do stuff with your idol that involves you playing it for yourself or someone else, and that's the kind of story of my idol. What?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
We're alive. So
as long as you're getting it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna drink.
Yes. All right. So we got a shot here. We're just doing a quick little prelude to what the Reality Kings are gonna be, and I think that's pretty awesome. Can we do you want to break down Survivor 46 anymore? You want to move on?
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
I've had enough.
Okay.
I've just I've got one more episode to suffer through.
Fair enough. Okay, so we did tonight or today.
Yes.
It
was a real cultural learning experience for me.
Yes, a Southern dance recital performance.
God, I need another drink after hearing those words again.
So you missed the first half. You only caught the last third of the second half. It is 4 hours. Okay, number one, how do you feel about 4 hours on forcing your parents to watch a dance recital?
You know what my honest thoughts are, and I don't mean to offend anyone.
No, you're not.
I like you.
Yes.
And I've enjoyed my time in Virginia.
I've enjoyed you.
But after going to that Danville school dance recital for an hour.
No, you went for about 30 minutes.
It felt like a lot longer.
I for you it did. For me it felt even longer.
I can truly understand and appreciate why the government of the Commonwealth of Virginia has legalized drugs.
Oh.
Because you need
marijuana.
Something to get through that pain and suffering that you inflicted upon me today.
That was difficult.
For your daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
What did I like about it?
Yes. Did you like my kid?
Your daughter's fantastic.
Okay.
I liked how your daughter and the other children put their best in it.
Okay.
But then I tell myself, imagine the 25 hours and the $1,000+ you spent to get your daughter ready for this dance recital.
Correct.
Was invested in literacy and numeracy and
is that where you would have gone?
Mathematics.
That's where you would have gone with that.
And some kind of like practical arts.
Yeah.
And then they might be able to point to Brazil or Australia on a map.
Sure.
Or Nebraska on a map.
Oh, my kid can point to Australia because that's where the boomerangs came from. Because boomerangs are pretty proficient in the backyard.
Good.
Have you ever thrown a boomerang?
I have. I'm not Aboriginal.
Yeah. They don't come back.
They do sometimes.
Do they?
If you throw it correctly.
Do you think you can throw it correctly?
I've not really tried throwing a boomerang.
Okay, well, how about after this, we'll film that. So for those of you that want to go Patreon. You'll see it there.
All right, good.
Okay, is that good?
It could be cultural appropriation that I'll steer clear of, but I'm good. I'm
glad
that you're enjoying Australian culture.
You can throw a boomerang. Can you not throw a boomerang? Okay.
Not really tried. Okay,
so we're forced to be there for 4 hours. That's horrible. Okay, so the big girls have predominant spots. Is that okay with you?
I mean, everyone was trying, Johnny. I had enough.
But did the big girls really need predominant spots, George?
Yeah, but I just went for the kind of the theater of
Okay.
You know, it's
But did the big girls really need the predominant spots?
I think everyone was trying at this magnificent production.
Are you okay with everyone just trying?
No, it's just like there was one talented child out of like 500.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like,
Oh,
the
my
rest of
kid
them
was the one?
Yes, of course.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Look, I just came back from Eurovision.
Yeah, I understand.
So I've seen spectacular things. Do you know what is Eurovision?
Well, no. So let's compare Eurovision to what you saw today.
Yeah. Not good today.
Okay.
Nul point pour la Danville High School.
Yes. Did you love Eurovision?
Oh, I had the time of my life.
Was it the best thing ever?
It was. It was
what you saw, not what you did, what you saw was the best thing ever.
If there's one thing that Swedish television knows how to do, it's put on a show.
Yes.
And it was my first time to Scandinavia when I went to Malmo. There's a few cultural differences with other, like definitely a cultural difference with America and Australia. So Australians are very kind of like direct and abrupt. I think Americans are very kind of like open, minded and easygoing, particularly when they're overseas. I think there was very kind of like particular circumstances in Malmo. So before Eurovision started, there was a lot of controversy about the fact that Israel was still allowed to compete.
Oh.
And the city of Malmo is the third biggest in Sweden, and they have a 25% Arabic Swedish population. Okay. So when you were on the ground in Malmo, I felt like the people of Malmo didn't want Eurovision to be there because there was protests every day about the war that's going on in the Middle East. But
Eurovision is there.
It was. What I respected about it, the Swedish police were very easygoing. I've never seen such a nice police force before. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, we'll get there. We have police coming up later.
Do it.
Yes.
And then what I also respected was like all of the protests were very peaceful. But having gone to 2 Eurovisions before, particularly going to Liverpool in the United Kingdom last year, in Liverpool there was a party atmosphere, but in Malmo everything felt tense. In saying that, I had a really good time, and it was a spectacular show. And then the Swedes, when they make a TV show, like I tell myself, maybe I should watch Robinson, the Swedish Survivor, the one that birthed the whole TV show.
Maybe that's a better show. Who's to say?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I mean, some people like Australian Survivor more than U.S. Survivor. So maybe we would all like
me. Like when it's 4 a.m. and I'm at Euro Club and Swedish people walking up to me going, "Hello, King George, can I have a photo with you?" I went, "Yes, tusen tack, you can."
Oh, tusen tack. All right, so let's talk. Let's get back to the recital that we went to. So thousands of dollars are spent. Okay,
I feel sorry for you.
I spent thousands of dollars for my kid to do ballet, aggro, and tap.
You're a good dad. I've seen that in the 2 months that I've lived here.
Well, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Here in the South. Okay. So what do you think about them forcing parents to spend thousands of dollars? Because none of them like ballet. They're forced to take ballet if they want to take tap and aggro.
Wait.
What do you think about that?
So what happened? What's the process? The school contacts you.
Yeah. And they do ballet.
We are having this dance recital thing in 2 months, and you must pay.
Yes.
That's the process.
And in order for them to do aggro and tap, they have to pay for ballet, even though they hate it.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's the rule.
I mean, like, I don't need any other descriptor other than that's fucked.
Okay.
Are you expecting that to come out of my mouth?
Okay, and once we go to the finale, we have to watch the one girl that won 15 fucking trophies doing her thing. Well,
do you know what surprised me?
Yeah. Like, and you liked her.
She was talented.
Yes.
She was the only talented one.
She was the only talented one.
And your daughter.
And my daughter,
Maddie Fairplay, my favorite.
I know. I'm fully aware. But otherwise, did you need to watch her do 15 dances? No.
why I
I
left.
would just come out the end with the trophy to be like, I won.
Well, I didn't see that bit. I was so fucking bored. I left.
I know. She didn't. She just came out 15 times, George. She came out 15 times
I tell myself,
to reward herself.
I'm on the 11th week of my culturally enriching experience in the United States, where I've spent 8 of those weeks in the South. And if that's what the people of the United States of America want to do, particularly here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, who am I to question them?
Who are you? Okay, well, all right. I have a question. What do you think about Dance Moms?
Dance Moms? Was that the final thing that I saw?
No, you didn't see the Dance Moms. Before you saw the Dance Moms.
Yeah.
What do you think about Dance Moms in general? Like making their kids dance and telling them, you need to twirl. You need to twirl, girl. What do you think about that?
Do you know what that reminds me of?
Dance Moms, the show.
I've not seen the show.
Oh, it's horrible. Abby Lee, she was on House of Villains. She was one of my villains.
Okay, you say so. Do you know what? Interesting point. House of Villains?
Yeah.
I was flying from Charlotte to Frankfurt on my way to Malmö in Sweden.
Sure.
And I saw the first 5 episodes of House of Villains.
What do you think?
Great.
I know.
I enjoyed it.
I know.
What a great show.
I'm great.
You are good.
I know.
Can I just tell you, do you know when I
gagged? I sat in the back.
Do you know when I gagged? When Omarosa walked in and she's like, Google me.
Yeah.
I might use that one day. Not good?
You don't need to recycle material. You're better than that.
Oh, come on, it's Omarosa. Everything's recycled.
All right, stop it. All right. So Dance Moms. You don't have a problem with Dance Moms being Dance Moms?
I thought you meant like the mums that were the final.
We're getting there, but the Dance Moms that make them do it. What do you think? Weird. Okay, fair enough. All right. Weird. So let's talk about the Dance Moms that did the deal.
Yes.
They needed that moment again. Didn't you catch that?
I get that. I felt like, particularly the one that was 4th on the right.
Yeah.
That was dancing like Theresa May at that. You know, Theresa May, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Or from Danville.
Do you remember her?
Sure.
Maybe from Danville. But the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, before she was deposed, Theresa May, she went on a tour to Mozambique and she visited an orphanage. And then she started dancing. And for everyone that's listening on audio, you can't kind of see this, but she started dancing like a British robot in her 60s. And
you nailed it, George.
That's what I thought the Dance Moms finale bit at that dance recital was like, Johnny.
Yeah, they loved it. They really they embraced what made them what they were.
Yeah,
they needed that, and then they forced the dance dads to do the same thing.
I'd left by then, Johnny. I'd seen enough.
Okay, well, here's the deal with the dance dads. It's 6 weeks of practice, which I don't have 6 weeks in my life. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I love all of you. I can't do it. I can't. I really can't. I can't. It's not in there. Okay. I can't do the fake dance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But what happens if you were wearing a tutu like all those other dads? Well, is that what dads in Virginia do? Do they just wear tutus at school?
Apparently. That's their gimmick.
Is that what happens at your daughter's school?
I don't know. I hope not. Because you're implying something different.
I left.
Yes. No, I don't wear a tutu. I don't do any of the. I don't do any of the dad dance thing. I just don't do it. I don't want to be the star.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be there.
You don't want to be the star?
If I were there, I'd be the star. But I don't want to. It's true. But I don't want to be there. More importantly, I don't want to be there, George.
Do you know what happens here in Virginia?
Well, tell me, George.
Every time you turn on the radio, it's about Jesus.
You're Jesus.
Macedonian Jesus.
Sometimes. All right. So, hold on. We're not done. All right. I have a question for you.
Yes. Tell me.
If your kid's not good, do you allow them to dance?
Okay. This is a serious question.
Yes.
You're telling me if I don't have a child, I only.
Okay. If you did.
If I entered my dog in a dog show,
yeah,
and he sucked, which he wouldn't because he's spectacular and the best dog in the world.
But if Doug sucked,
If Doug sucked, I wouldn't put him in the dog show.
That's where I'm at.
Like, is that
This
a fair
dance
thing to
deal?
say?
They put kids that suck in. They don't care.
But for the 20 minutes that I suffered through this dance recital, I thought the same thing. I was like, does this child, this poor innocent child, not have a parent to go, maybe choreography? It's not for you, sweetie. It's not for you.
Yes.
Not for you. Do you know what else caught me off guard? And I don't mean to offend anyone by saying this.
Go ahead. Offend.
Why was it only girls?
There was boys helping.
But they weren't on the stage.
Oh, you know what? Here we go. You ready to
Okay.
this whole thing?
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, I took jazz.
Mm.
And I went to
Go on.
Anne Marie School of Dance and Gravely, one of those. I don't even know.
I need some whiskey for this. Keep going.
Yeah. I did Ghostbusters and How Will I Know by Whitney Houston.
And then?
I did it.
And then?
I just wanted to look at girls in training bras. So because there was only one place where we could change clothes. I just want to look at the girls. It's kind of creepy if you think about it.
You do you, boo.
You gotta give me credit for that? A little bit.
My only experience as a child with these choreographed things was watching the movie Sorority Boys. Do you remember that one?
No.
Okay, good. Let's never bring it up again. I should have said that.
All right, Sorority Boys. We're gonna do a watch along. It's gonna be great. Holy moly.
Yeah. Can I just say?
Yeah, so I took jazz.
Okay.
And when I took jazz, the girl told me she was prophetic. She goes, and when you get married, she goes, you're going to marry a blonde-haired girl.
Was that your third or fourth wife?
Third wife.
Oh, cheers.
I know. High five.
It was just like the odds and the probability of marrying a blonde girl in Virginia.
Hey, stop it.
Pretty high.
George, we're done with you. All right. So yeah, we did the recital thing. Did you like the recital?
No.
Okay. No one does.
Why did you force me to go there? Like literally, I got a text message going, can you please go to this dance recital?
I said please.
And then I went, I'm not a Catholic priest. Why would I want to go?
Oh yeah. You went.
Because I'm trapped in your house and you drive me everywhere.
Yes. So thank you, George. I appreciate you going. All right, fair enough.
Should we talk about our time in Myrtle Beach, Johnny?
Please, can we?
Myrtle Beach was fun. So for me, having had a big week at Eurovision, I went to Euro Club every night. I had a really good time. But after Eurovision, I experienced this after the previous two Eurovisions I did, including the last one in Liverpool, which was special circumstances for me. So I only had 4 days there because I was about to film The Amazing Race Australia. And you're dead, basically. So I had a travel day from Sweden to Frankfurt, Germany, where I did nothing in Sweden all day, apart from trying to get my eye fixed, which it did. Praise be to the Macedonian Jesus.
There you go.
And then...
You flew into Frankfurt.
I flew. Yeah, I had to get my eye fixed. I was in a Swedish hospital for like 9 hours.
I know, but you were in Frankfurt first.
I flew from Charlotte to Frankfurt, and then I caught a train to Sweden the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I landed in Myrtle Beach at 11 p.m., I was exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And then what happens? I get a text from Jonny Fairplay going,
"Oh, what could go wrong?" So I get a text from King George, and King George goes, "Oh, audio is terrible." Great.
It's not what the text said. No, keep going.
Is the audio really terrible?
No, it's good.
Please stop. Kill me. All right, so you come into Myrtle Beach, right?
Yeah.
and I'm just like, when are you getting here?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I'm minutes away, and I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to make the spot for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
And
then I talked to a girl who had been talking to my girl.
you skipped a bit. So Fairplay told me Fairplay was with his missus at this bar, and I was like, okay, there'll be no one there. It's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on a Tuesday night. Like, where else would we be? So I get there, and it's absolutely packed. It's absolutely packed, and that kind of sets the scene. It was also packed with college students, which surprised me, but it must have been a thing. And then what happened?
So then there's a girl that's talking to my fiance. She's like, I love you. You're my new best friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, they're all friends. We're all good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And then it evolves into, you're a horrible person. I hate you. Your girlfriend should dump you. And you have a perm.
Which you do.
And I'm like, number one, she's my fiance, not my girlfriend. I love her. Number two, we're good. Number three, no one's got a perm in 24 years. Like, it's 2024. No one's getting a perm right now, lady. Relax. So how does that work out? She relaxes, right?
She relaxed.
She does relax. So
she definitely relaxed.
So then, fast forward, she falls down the chair. She hits the ground. Someone picks her up. They're holding her up, and I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get a picture. They're like, no, not now, Fairplay. I'm like, okay. They try to get her back in the seat.
Mm-hmm.
She's all one position.
She's a hot mess.
They cannot sit her in the seat. Can I take a picture? Not now, Fairplay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then they cannot get her in the seat. They're holding her up.
I'm going to Fairplay, going, it's your mate. Your mate's over there, Fairplay. And what happened?
I thought she peed herself.
She shat herself.
She shat herself. She literally just shat.
My introduction to South Carolina was a drunk chick shitting her pants and her jeans turning brown at some random bar.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
And that's me on a Swedish time zone and extremely exhausted from Euro Club.
Cheers.
America.
Oh, how was that, King George?
Strong. But we had a good time in Myrtle Beach.
We did. So can we tell them how we finished up?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. So we end up we do the viewing party. It's amazing.
It was a good time. All of our viewing parties have been incredible.
They have.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Pretty good.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, if we had to guess. So we did the viewing party. And then after the fact, we went to an after party. And we were told where to go by someone. And there were 4 cars going.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this, George?
Yes.
Okay.
I was in one of the vehicles.
Yes. But you were the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That's not catastrophic to the story.
Go on.
Okay. So my friend Melissa, for those of you that have been a patron forever, we drove a rented Cadillac, blacked out windows with Florida tags, and pulled in, and the cop pulled in behind us. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, I pulled you over is for speeding.
Mm-hmm.
And George is like, no! And I'm like,
I was not in this car. Yeah. I already made it to the pub.
He was already in the pub. He's like, no. I'm like, extra no. So finally the guy goes, I'm just going to give you a warning. Just get out of here. The next 3 people that come into the bar, they were all at the viewing party. They were all hammered.
Magnificent fans and customers. That's how I would have gone. Magnificent fans and customers.
That's what I meant.
That came to the after party at that bar.
Hammered.
10 miles down the road from the most delicious ever where we had our viewing party.
Yes, but hammered.
Indeed. I'm not going to judge.
I'm just saying they were hammered.
I'm not going to judge. I don't know how the law works in America.
Oh, well, I can tell you, it's horrible. So, yeah, they were hammered.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well,
She took one for the team.
Mel did, but that fan of ours that slid through, I'm glad she didn't cause an issue for the local community there in Myrtle Beach.
Oh. Did she get a guy that night?
She was close. She tried to pull me. If you're listening, I'm sorry. It's not going to work. But
did she not have the right parts?
She didn't have the same parts. I just made a drag race joke. You didn't get it, did you?
I did. Same parts.
Sing the song.
I don't know the song.
I know you didn't. Same parts.
I just said the same parts. That's what I said.
The same parts.
Yeah.
It's from Drag Race, girl.
Girl. Oh God.
Okay.
Are we fighting now?
No.
Okay.
Same parts.
Same parts.
Do you get it?
Yeah. I got it the first time.
Who did that? Magnificent
Ric Flair.
Tatiana.
Close.
It was. All right.
One of those is correct. Who's to say, George?
I can't wait for the Drag Race content fair play.
Oh, are you going to do Drag Race content?
I've got to catch up. We missed the first episode of All Stars, but we'll catch up.
But you ready?
Are you ready? It'll be. Have you ever watched Drag Race?
Do I need to watch this?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
Yeah.
All these shows I need to watch.
You got to catch up.
Okay, I'm gonna watch. All right, there we go. I'm gonna watch Drag Race. It's happening. There we go, guys. All right, so you want to tell everybody goodbye?
Well, this was a great soft introduction. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We just did a 26...
The King of Kentucky. Look, from the King of Bankstown to the King of Danville, I'm delighted to be here for Reality Kings. What a great soft launch.
$2,600 for this. This is nuts.
I better drink it up quickly then.
You better do. All right. Until next time, we love you. Bye, everybody.
God save the King.